Hey Nolan, it's Coach Benlin here. Just breaking down some of your swings from our last couple of sessions. I put all the notes into a document I can shoot over to you. Um, I'll walk through what I have here on the dock, and then we have about 4 or 5 loops from the last session with different angles and different drills, some off the tee, off the machine, or front toss. And I kind of want to break that down in real time and tell you what I'm thinking as we go through each one. And I have a couple videos from YouTube I want to show you as well. So what I tried to do this time for the video was I put the like the top, I think it's 7 things that I think we should work on for the spring season right now. I tried to keep it simple on this doc, not too wordy, all things that we're familiar with. I think for April and May, in the spring season, whether that's modified or with the grays or getting ready for summer, 7 things that we should really lock in on when we talk about hitting this season. So I'll walk through these and then we'll get into the loops and I'll point them out, what I see. First, nothing new here. I put hands back in the load. I think you're still kind of inconsistent here. Sometimes when I point out, you do a great job getting those hands back, building that torque, building that energy before you come through. Stretching that rubber band all the way before you snap and let it go. And sometimes you keep those hands, right even with your shoulders here, and you're not generating that much. So we want to make sure our hands are getting fully back in our load, getting that separation. Um, maximizing that separation. The second thing, I use the term a lot, hover and hit. We talk about the load, not rushing, not picking up the front side and putting it down and falling forward, but maintaining balance in the load, keeping that back knee bend, building in that rear leg, and being able to maintain balance as we track the pitch before our front foot lands and we attack the baseball. I put leading with the knob, thinking knob versus barrel. Also, you're very familiar with this, making sure that our knob is getting inside in front of the baseball with the barrel following through late, lagging through the back of the zone, um, covering the plate. So definitely controlling the knob, leading with the bottom hand. For number 4, I put high hand path, hands across the chest. You want to be productive. You have a tendency to drop your hands as you track the pitch. I'll show you in a bunch of loops here. It leads to a lot of pop-ups. With your speed and your base running, we want to be productive. We want to cut the ball in half from the top part of the ball. Line drives, avoid pop-ups. There's no bad hops in the air. Get you on base more. Move runners over. Be productive. Number 5, I put head down at contact. You did a really good job with this recently. We did an Arenado drill where you're working off the tee, right? And you're coming through the ball. I want to make sure that after the ball leaves the tee, you're still looking down at the tee with your head down after contact. Make sure we're tracking the ball and seeing the ball 60 feet, 6 inches. The extension piece that we're still working on, extending through the point of contact, not being satisfied with contact, getting through 3 baseballs with a big up and out finish. And then the approach stuff at the end. And I'll show you a little diagram I have. I'll draw up on the screen. Using the whole field, recognizing where the ball is pitched, hitting the ball where it's pitched, living gap to gap. All stuff that you should be familiar with. So we'll go through a few of the loops here. Let me pull them up. Start here. This is a T loop we have. Let me move this out of the way. Sorry. A few swings here. First one, you see a roll over here. And the first thing that I'm noticing watching is I feel like even off the tee, where there's not a lot of timing issues because it's a stationary ball, I feel like you're rushing your load, right? Kind of just loading just to do it, picking it up, putting it down, not really generating any power. I'll show you the adjustments we make in the next couple of videos, and you'll see the difference already. So keep in mind what this swing looks like. This is when you first came in without a lot of instruction, and I'll show you what we did later in the session. Let me pull up the next loop here. I'll save that one. Here is off the, let's go here first. This is front toss. Here's a front toss loop. Let's check it out. So first one, we got a pull side grounder, pop out, dropping our hands. It's a good piece right there. I like that last swing right there. I'll go back to that one. Let's watch it through one more time. First one to take. Oh, that's a pull. I'm sorry. It's a pop up coming. All right, so right here. Pull side grounder, the shortstop. Dropping our hands on this swing right here leads to a pop up, cutting the bottom half of the ball. And here's the good one that I like. I'll go back to this one right there. It's a nice piece. Now, let me break that one down a little bit, slow it down. All right, so here we go. Here's a swing. Getting into your pre-pitch stuff. Good rhythm, nice and loose. Here comes the load. Top of your load is right there. Okay, immediately, the first thing that I am seeing here, I'll draw on the screen. Look at this bat angle here. See how this bat is dropping flat right here? Almost behind your head a little bit. Rather than drop that bat down, we want to see it. If this hand's across the chest here, we'd love to see this hand get, exaggerated to get back here a little bit more, right? We want to see this bat angle almost at a 45-degree angle here, right? Not dropping down around that back shoulder behind your head, but keeping it, almost in front of your face a little bit so you could snap it through. We want to make sure the hands are getting back a little more to this line back here, and that you're not dropping that barrel down. Let me clear it though and go back to it. Let's see how we got there. 1 second. Top of the load is right here. Good balance for the most part, on time. Here come the front foot lands. Here come hips and hands. It's a good frame right there. See right here, you see how that knob's out in front? Knobbly in the way. The barrel is all the way back there, lagging behind the back of the zone. Here comes the point of contact. Yeah, that's a really good frame. Let me move this out of the way. So some things I like right here jumping out at me. Nice bend in the back here. Firm front side leg right here, straight leg. All right, I see those eyes. Straight down here, seeing the ball in well. Arms tight to the body, building right there, right? Not out in front. A lot of power comes from the hands are tight to the body right there. So a lot of good things, a lot of good things. Let me take it forward a couple frames here. This is one of the better swings on this loop. Contact right there. And this is the thing that we want to work on as far as the extension piece. I know we've gone over this a lot, but you can see it right here. Good frame, contact right here, beautiful. Right there's contact. Look how you fold up right here. See how you fold up and put it away? Your arms never get extended. Right there. I would love to see the next frame after this frame be in a power V, and I'll show you what I'm talking about here. The next frame should be arms extended out in front here, getting through the baseball. Contact 1, 2, extending all the way through as much as you can. 3, before you put that swing away. Right, then you have that big up and out finish that we're working on, all the way behind your back like that. So the extension piece, getting the arms extended, throwing the hands out in front, definitely something we want to work on going forward. Here is off the machine, and this gave you a little bit of trouble 1 week. I think you did a better job this time. I'll play it through and then we'll break it down. Already you see the timing's a little bit rushed. That's a good piece right there. Better with the timing. Yeah, his hands are coming down a little bit, dropping those hands a little bit. Gonna make sure his hands stay across the chest. Yeah, right there. Let me show you this one right there. This will really expose it. Okay. Pre-pitch, here we go. Timing it up. Here comes the load. Hands are right here. Here comes the next swing. Here comes the load. Top of the load right here. You say yes, yes, ready to swing. Okay. Now watch where the hands are. Top of the load is right here. Okay. If I draw the line on the screen, I leave it there. Right there. That's a pretty good frame, right? It's not bad at all. This is the bottom hand right here. Here's your level. Okay, let's watch how this progresses as the pitch comes in. Top of the load right there. Here we go. Watch the hands. Now, even for a low pitch, we do not want to drop them down to this level here to attack that baseball. Even if it is lower, we want to see it a little bit deeper and attack it at an angle from here, with our hands coming down this way versus hands down here, then coming at the baseball this way. Because then we have to come up this way, and that's where your pop out comes up. Okay, I'll try to clear that from the screen so it's not confusing. We're going to avoid dropping our hands, keep our hands at a high hand path, hands across the chest. Now, the best swing that I found in these loops is let me find it, right here. So we were working on, I think I was flipping to you here. We were working on a two-piece swing, right? Starting with the load, cutting out the bottom half, and then focusing on the top half. Now watch kind of the swing you put together here. Nice and relaxed, not trying to do too much, not rushed, just getting the load done, taking a little pause, and then hips and hands. Now, what I really like about this swing is your hands get back because you're concentrating in the load part, getting the hands back, getting the front foot out, and look at the separation, right? Then hips and hands. You do a great job seeing the ball down at the tee, and look at the follow through, big follow through. I want to bring this swing into the spring with us. So right here, let me break it down. Here comes the load. Now this is what I think is missing in a lot of your swings, right here. This is what, when I talk about separation, this is what we're looking for here. Your hands are way back here, right? This is how you build the tension. Here, your front leg, your lead leg, your front foot is out to here, right? This space in between, we talk about separation from the hands to the front foot here. That's how you're going to build that tension, that torque. Next frame, right? Everything's ready to go. Bat's in a good position. Head down at the ball. Here come hips and hands. Watch. Hips and hands turn. Knob going through. Point of contact here. Now here's that extension that we're missing before. See that power V we were talking about? That's what we're talking about. This is what we need more of. We got to translate it from the tee work into the live or the machine work. Get ready for the season here. Head down at contact. It's a great frame for you. This is really good. Looking right down your arms. This is one of the better swings I have on you. I'll play it through one more time so you can see it. And how do we get this versus, the swings off the front toss or off the machine? It's just we slowed it down. We broke it down to two pieces. Get the load done. Focus on the load right here. Bang, separation, hips and hands. That's all we got to do. Separate, hips and hands. Hands get back, front foot gets out. You're not rushed, and you let the hands work. Extend through the baseball, big finish and follow through. Look at the follow through. I love that right there. It's a beautiful, look at that. Through the ball, big finish and follow through. Okay, so the last two things I kind of want to show you here. Number one, we talk about the approach stuff. I believe it was number 7 right here. Approach. Use the whole field gap to gap. We talk about in our sessions breaking the plate into thirds. I'll do my best to draw it on this. So here we go. If we break this plate into thirds here, right? We want to attack the ball in different positions relative to the plate. If we see an inside pitch, I know this is review for you, we've done this before, but I think it helps to see it visually. We want to attack inside pitches in front of the plate, recognize it nice and early, let our eyes open up. right? Drop our hands, throw our hand, not drop our hands, sorry. Attack the ball, throw our hands at the pitch on the inside part. When we get middle pitches, let it travel a little bit, let it get a little bit, more over the plate, send this right back where it came from, right over the pitcher's head, and the outer half stuff, driving this ball, flipping this ball to right field, right? Seeing it a little bit deeper, keeping our head down all the way like the Arenado drill, and attacking it at that part of the plate. Take the inside one, hit the left center field gap, talk about gap to gap, right? Middle, right back where it came from, and then the outer half, the outer third to right center field, gap to gap. This is kind of our approach that we want to take going into spring with you. Recognize pitches where they're being thrown. Don't just put the same swing on it. Make adjustments and try to drive these balls into the different gaps. If we're going to talk about one guy that we think we should watch and kind of learn from, especially with your swing right now, this is a great clip right here of Mookie Betts. Check this out. Um, he reminds me of you with the short stride. This is what I think we should kind of model after here. It's in super slow motion, but check it out. Here's the load. Hands get back. Front side comes down. Hips and hands with a nice two-handed follow through. Let's go, and finishes with the one hand right there. Okay, if I go back to your other swing, you notice that your hand and your finish on the good two-piece swing was very similar to this. One more time, I'll play it through. Nice and simple, not trying to do too much. A guy we should really model our swing after here. Extension, follow through. One more. Here comes the load. Picks the front side up. Hands get back. Get separation. Track it all the way. See the pitch onto the barrel. Hips and hands. Knob leads the way. Extend, follow through. Big finish. So just to review it before I get you out of here, this spring we want to focus on a few things. Keeping our hands back in the load. Maintaining balance in the load, not rushing. Leading with the knob versus the barrel. Keeping the high hand path, hands across the chest. Our head down at contact, like the Arenado drill. Extend through contact. Don't be satisfied with the point of contact. And then the approach piece, right? Using the whole field, living gap to gap, recognizing where it's pitched, breaking the plate into thirds. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I'll see you at practice in the next session, and we can talk about it there. I'll shoot this document over to you, and we'll keep working hard, man. Hope you have a great spring. I'll see you soon.